For most of my life, I always said I was fine, even when I wasn't. Especially when I wasn't, actually. When I could feel tears coming on, I would be like, totally good, I'm fine, it's okay. Like, move on, don't think about me, don't talk to me, because if you do, I'm about to break down. The dam is about to bust open. I think I wasn't necessarily taught to emotionally shut down, and it wasn't because I'm weak, but it's because I was taught to be strong in a very specific way. Maybe you can relate. Hi, my name is Darz. Thanks for being here. On this channel, we are pushing through emotional emotional grossness. We're getting through it. We are growing emotionally, physically, spiritually, just pushing the comfort zone and trying to become better versions of ourselves. So if you're interested, if you're growth mindset, subscribe, you will fit right in here. So growing up Finnish American, emotional stoicism was normalized, taught, enforced. I guess maybe not enforced, but you know, it was just everybody did it, everybody taught it, that was the thing. Grit, which we call sisu in Finnish, and toughness were praised. I mean, well, let me not say praised, because praise for us was more like a nod or a smile or a good job, but nothing like real, fully emotionally charged or, you know, it was nothing over the top. It was like, okay, good job, now go play or something. And feelings, we did not talk about feelings. I mean, maybe when we were small, wee little innocent children, but as you started growing up and realizing things and becoming conscious of self and other people and the way things are, definitely didn't really talk about feelings, especially not in depth, like maybe like, oh, I'm happy or oh, I'm excited, but I never learned to speak from the heart. Let's just say that. If you're having a hard time, you just pushed harder. You just struggled your way through it. And that probably worked on the outside. Like if you're tough, you're capable, you're responsible, you look like you have it together. But I, inside, was breaking apart. I didn't know how to tell people I was struggling. I didn't know how to ask for help. I didn't know how to even allow other people to know that I was having a hard time. I needed to keep the tough shell around me and be like, all is good here, like holding a mask in front of my face. You know that one ad where it has like a super depressed mask face? Or no, a super happy, smiley, like super fake smile mask, and then you take the mask away and the girl is like super depressed. Yeah, and it's exhausting. It's emotionally draining. You disconnect from yourself emotionally. You stop trusting your feelings and you don't know how to just go with your natural instincts. I always said I'm not a person that gets stressed. I can push through things. I'm tough. I don't get tired out. I don't have anxiety. I'm fine. I'm fine. And then of course, people think you're fine because you say you're fine. You have this tough shell. You appear like you have it together. And so people don't really check in with you. They don't really ask you, how are you really doing? Or if they do ask that, they don't see past. If somebody trusts you and they trust your words and you say, I'm fine, they're not going to push farther, especially, you know, in our culture. We're getting better at this. Let me be honest. Like all my siblings, we're getting better at this. But like, there was a time. And there's ways, you know, you learn to, if you think that expressing yourself is completely frowned upon and you shouldn't do it and you have to show you're tough, then there's ways that you lie or like put on that facade or like really get good at acting. Another thing, I would be so like, wow, everyone else has it together. Everyone else is doing great. Like, why should I feel like I'm struggling and having a hard time? And if I don't feel like I have a good reason for it, then even more reason for me to act tough, because I'm like, there's nothing in my life that could possibly make me feel like I have painful feelings and I feel bad and lonely and like I need to cry. So I can't cry if there's no reason to cry. So I would go to sleep so many nights, go to bed crying, not telling anybody. Like the dark of the night, it's okay to cry because no one can see you. After everyone's sleeping, no one can hear you. I would lay awake, and then when I felt the peace and quiet of all those heavy breathing and like everyone is softly asleep, that's when I would let it go. I would cry, I would break down, and I would ask myself, why? Why are you doing this? This is ridiculous. You don't cry, you don't get stressed, you don't have these kind of feelings. You're a tough Finlander. You have sisu. Get over it. Move on. Ugh. Real strength is not pretending and acting and being good at faking things. Real strength is feeling your feelings, allowing your feelings to come up and choosing to still show up and allow people to know your true feelings, your true self, your true whatever it is. Being vulnerable doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're free. You don't have to feel weak for being you don't have to feel weak for being vulnerable with people. You can feel freer for being vulnerable because it's a true self feeling, expression, reaction. There's nothing better than the truth. If I have something in my teeth and I ask you, how do I look? Am I good to go? And you see that thing in my teeth and you lie and you say, you're good, you're great. And then I go off and see hundreds of people and everyone sees that thing in my tooth. Like, who cares, right? It's just a stupid little thing in your tooth. It happens to everybody. But like, the truth would have been so much better instead of saying, oh yeah, all good. It's a silly example, but it still illustrates my point. I feel like I have started to heal because I have stopped performing and acting. Maybe I should pursue acting because I was very good at it. Or maybe I was horrible at it, but the people around me were like, we don't talk about feelings, so if she's feeling bad, just ignore her. I don't know. So it's okay to be seen before you're perfect. That is one thing that I definitely, oh my goodness, when learning Spanish, I was like, I have to be perfect at Spanish before I speak it. No. No. Please. You are not going to get anywhere in Spanish if you wait till you're perfect before you speak it. You need to speak it when you're uncomfortable. You need to trip over your words. You need to sound stupid and get over the fact that you're gonna sound stupid because it's just gonna happen. You're learning a language. A language is a lot. You can feel stupid. You can give yourself permission to sound like a 2-year-old because basically, yeah, if you've only been speaking it for 2 years, and I mean speaking it, not learning it, you're gonna sound like a 2-year-old. So if you've been pretending, acting, saying you're fine when you're not, I feel ya. I understand you. You don't have to hide to feel loved. People will love you for expressing, and if they don't, you need some other people, I'm sorry to tell you. And you are enough. Even when you're not fine, you're still lovable and you're still enough, even when you, crying doesn't make you not enough. Ugh, goodness, if I could just go and rip that out of my thoughts from my past self. I think this is one reason that I have highly disliked the question, how are you? For one, because it's so surface level, like people ask it without even thinking and without even wanting to know how you are. Like they're just literally just saying it as a conversation, and you can say anything and they're just gonna move on with their day. And like, anyway, if you only have a 2-second time window to talk to someone, how are you gonna like get into all your feelings? I do not like that question. When you ask me, how are you? I'm just gonna say good because that's what everyone else says. But you know what? If I'm not good, I'm not gonna get into all that. I'm not like, yeah, I bring it on. I love a good conversation, a deep conversation where we actually talk about things and feelings. But if I only have 2 seconds, I mean, it's just not, you can't get into all that. And if you're gonna tell somebody you're bad and then you have to go, they're just left feeling like, oh gosh, they're having a bad day and I don't know what to do about it. Like, what do we do? Ooh. So notice when you're saying you're fine, are you actually fine? I feel like when I say I'm fine, I'm not. If I say I'm good, then I'm okay. But you know what? There's other ways to phrase it. I guess one thing that I have said is I'm going to be okay, or I will be. Like if someone says, are you okay? Are you good? Then I'll say, I will be. So that feels a lot more truer to me, a lot more truthful to me. And also just recognizing when you're not okay. And maybe you don't have to have that conversation with the random cashier at the grocery store, but you can talk to somebody else in your life who's going to listen to you and be sympathetic. Just check in with yourself. Try to be truthful when you can, and get into it with the people that you can talk about it with. It is a hard healing journey to get from where I was like a few years ago or even last year. I have gone through quite a bit of growth and healing and discomfort. But the other day I had a hard day. I cried, but I recognized that. I knew I was going through a hard time. I addressed it. I told myself it's okay. I journaled. I talked to people. I went for a walk. I did multiple things. I have learned to, even when I'm just like, ugh, just don't want to do it, I tell myself things like, you're going to get over this. Tomorrow's going to be a better day. You're going to be okay. Things are turning around. You know, just different things like that, that even in the moment they feel so flat, or like you're just lying to yourself. Like in the moment it feels like you're just going to go through that hard time the rest of your life and it's never going to end, but I promise you it's going to end. And the next day I was great. I was great. In the past, those rough moods, rough times would have lasted me for days, and now it was a few hours. I said, okay, let me just focus on work and I can think about this later. Like after I did some things and whatever, and yeah, for a time, sometimes you have to put those feelings aside so you can focus on things, like if you have a job and you have to work and maybe your output isn't as great that day, but I was able to take care of myself after work, slow down, address my feelings, and I feel so much better for it. Pretending to be fine is no longer destroying me because I'm no longer pretending. I mean, once in a while, you're like a little white lie, like, yeah, I'm okay, and you're not quite okay, but you're gonna be okay, so you're okay with saying you're okay, and that's okay. But don't brush those feelings under the rug for too long. Oh, it's not good. You'll get better. You'll feel better. Just work on it. You got this. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.